Good morning to all of you. Vanakkam, Ungal, Anaivarukkam, and Ambana, Valatukal. India has always been a maritime civilization. For centuries, our seas connected us to the world. Today, they connect millions of Indian livelihoods to millions of global consumers. Every shipment of Indian seafood carries not only a product, not just a product, but India's promise of quality, sustainability, and trust. India's seafood story is not merely an export story. It is the story of millions of fishers, farmers, women workers, processors, scientists, and entrepreneurs who have together transformed India into one of the world's leading seafood suppliers. Despite geopolitical uncertainties this year and in the recent years, despite the logistic disruptions, rising non-tariff barriers, India's seafood sector has demonstrated resilience and competitiveness. I am happy to report that in 25-26, year 25-26, India achieved a record export of 19.72 lakh metric ton of seafood valued at US $8.46 billion, with a 13% increase in the export value. We now supply export seafood to 128 countries. Our ambition is no longer merely to export more seafood, it is to export more value, more trust, and more sustainability. Growth has been driven by shrimp, fish, squid, cuttlefish, dried and live seafood products. While exports have diversified, as I said, we are now supplying to 128 countries. However, the top 10 markets still account for nearly 78% of our export earnings, highlighting the need for widening the market access. The next phase of growth will come not merely from producing more, but from diversifying the markets, strengthening value addition, and enhancing resilience. Aquaculture remains the backbone of India's seafood exports. Diversification into mud crabs, sea bass, tilapia, pompano, and seaweed offers new opportunities for higher farmer incomes and export resilience. Friends, the blue economy is not merely about oceans. It is about opportunity, prosperity, and resilience. Over the last 12 years, India has systematically strengthened every pillar of export competitiveness: market access, quality assurance, traceability, sustainability, processing infrastructure, and digital governance. Export volumes has increased by 88%. Export value increased by 121% in the last 12 years. While MPEDA has emerged as a globally respected institution supporting exporters, processors, farmers, and fishers. Some of the key achievements of MPEDA are market development, certification, value addition, farmer outreach, digitalization, and quality assurance. And they have together created the modern export ecosystem. As you all know, quality opens markets, sustainability secures the markets, and innovation expands the market. And these are the three things MPEDA is constantly working on, and these are the three things India's export stakeholders are working on. Global standards should not be viewed as barriers. They are the opportunities to position India as the world's most trusted seafood supplier. The global seafood market is evolving rapidly, and increasing expectations on traceability, sustainability, food safety, and responsible production is there. And India intends not merely to comply with the emerging standards, but to help define new global standards. Greater market diversification and value addition remain strategic priorities, and the government remains committed to building an enabling ecosystem through market access negotiation, stronger traceability, certification, digital trade facilitation, biosecurity, and export support. Government's role is to create the ecosystem in which every fisher, farmer, processor, and exporter can succeed. I'll now set out the 5 priorities that the government is taking on, and I would urge MPEDA and other stakeholders to take on these 5 priorities. First is to produce more, sustainably expand aquaculture and mariculture. Second is produce better, strengthen the science, biosecurity, and disease-free zones so that we can produce better. Third is to produce smarter, universal traceability and digital technologies. The challenges are there before us, and we should now be producing smarter. Fourth is to produce higher value, processing, branding, innovation, and logistics. And the fifth thing is produce for the world, diversified markets through stronger trade partnership. And these are the 5 pillars on which the Department of Commerce and the MPEDA would be working. Every coastal district in India, and we have a program called District as Export Hubs. Every coastal district in India has the potential to become a globally recognized seafood export hub. District Exports Hub can integrate local production clusters with global value chains through infrastructure, branding, quality assurance, traceability, and market linkages. As we can see in this Seafood Expo, this has Seafood Expo Bharat is serving a vital platform for building together, for bringing together exporters, buyers, technology providers, researchers, and policymakers under one roof. I just been to the reverse buyer-seller meet, and I had the occasion of talking to a few importers who were there looking for the trusted products as well as the new and innovative products that the Indian suppliers can give them. So friends, India's seafood sector stands at a defining moment today. The future of seafood exporters or future of seafood exports will be determined less by what we catch and more by how intelligently we produce, process, certify, and market. Trust is becoming the most valuable ingredient in the global seafood trade. Every container leaving an Indian port carries the reputation of millions of our fishers. Let us work together so that when the world thinks of seafood, it thinks not only of taste and quality, but of India, trusted, sustainable, innovative, and globally competitive India. Thank you.